of world leaders have stood arm in arm as they led a defiant march through Paris in the wake of the terror attacks that shocked the French capital. Families of victims were among around 2 million people who took part.
The march took place as a video emerged of the gunman killed in the Paris supermarket siege, pledging his support for Islamic State. But as we know, many Muslims have come out against these radical elements. Hot topic this morning. To discuss it, we are joined by the Herald Sun's Rita Panahi in Melbourne and Patrick Condren from 4BC in Brisbane. Rita, you've written an article this morning in which you question the level of debate about radical Muslim elements. What is it exactly that your article says?
Well, we need to start discussing intelligently and meaningfully the issues we have with the Muslim community. I mean, it is so inane to pretend that these issues that are happening all around the world, these terror incidents, do have nothing to do with Islam. They quite clearly have everything to do with Islam. And we need to start discussing why are they happening, why are so many within the wider community displaying some permissive attitudes to this horror, and what can we do to bring the Muslim community into the mainstream even more. But
we're already discussing this. We've been discussing it for a long time, Rita. Every time a bunch of fundamentalist Christians in the United States bomb an abortion clinic or bomb a synagogue,
Andrew,
do we hold every Christian in the world to account for that?
Andrew, that is just such a nonsensical argument.
Well, no, it's not, Rita. Well, why is it nonsensical?
It's a nonsensical argument because
you're holding a majority responsible for the actions of a very small minority.
I'm not doing that at all. I'm saying that we've got to stop doing what you just did and pretending that Islam is like every other religion as far as being behind incidents of terror. We are seeing all around the world, Africa, Middle East, North America, Europe, Asia, Islam at the centre of these terror acts. Now, it's not happening with Christianity, it's not happening with Buddhism or Judaism.
Well, it is happening with Buddhism in Burma right now, where they are attacking the Muslims and trying to get them out of the country, despite no provocation. I'm not saying it's happening in the same numbers, Rita, but it does happen. There are extremist elements in every religion, and you can't hold the moderates responsible for that.
There's extremes in every religion, but there's only one religion which is at the centre of acts of terrorism all around the world, including Australia, and that's why we need to talk about it.
You keep saying that, but it's simply not true.
It is true.
Bombing an abortion clinic is an act of terrorism based upon your religious beliefs.
When's the last time an abortion clinic was bombed, Andrew, by
Rita, over the last 20 years in the United States?
No, tell me the last time. What was the last time that happened?
I can't tell you off the top of my head, but I'll find it for you. How about that?
Let's just stick to this for now.
The year before?
Let's bring you in here. What do you make of all of this?
Well, it's obviously it's a very emotional and people have got very, very strong views. I've got to say, I'm in the Andrew camp when it comes to what Andrew and Rita are discussing. Where was this conversation when the IRA was bombing London and parts of Ireland on the basis of their Catholic religion? Where was all this debate and all this moral outrage then? Were there similar calls when it came to Catholicism when that was happening? I do think that moderate Muslims do need to step up and have a say and condemn these attacks. Rita was talking about what's happening in other parts of the world. We're very, very focused on what's happened in Paris in the on Wednesday last week, but Boko Haram has killed up to 2,000 people in the last couple of days in northeastern Nigeria. Do we have the same sort of sympathy for them as well? I think it's an emotional debate, and it's very, very easy to marginalise Muslims because people don't understand the religion. They have got no desire to understand the religion, and it's too easy to marginalise them. When you've got the Prime Minister of Australia saying that he finds the burqa very confronting, it's easy for people to climb on that bandwagon and then.
Sure, you don't find a woman having her entire face other than her eyes concealed confronting? You don't think that is...
I don't find it confronting in any way, shape or form, any more than I do with a woman wearing a bikini or going topless on the beach. I do find it unusual and odd but I don't find it confronting. I'm not that narrow-minded.
I don't think it's narrow-minded at all. In fact, I think if you value the rights of women, you would have issues with the burqa, and it's probably the reason why the burqa is banned in France, because of the rights of women and the type of dehumanising effect the burqa has when you have your entire face covered up.
Yeah, guys, we're going to have to leave it there.
Sorry, to wear the burqa?
We're out of time.
Oh, please.
But I'd like to put it out.
I'm sure they're choosing it in Saudi Arabia.
Let's throw it out to the audience. Tell us what you think about this debate today. We're going to have to leave it there. But thank you. Very passionate, very spirited.
I think there is already a massive debate underway within the Muslim community about what can be done to stop radical elements. I think to claim that we're not having that discussion is not seeing what's happening. Just on abortion clinic bombings, last one was in 2009. Anders Breivik in Norway justified his actions on the basis of defending Christianity. Coney, the Lord's Resistance Army, the point being.
All right.